Okay, I'm going to show you how to take a level 28 outpost in Base Invaders 2 if you have a minimum of technology, meaning you don't have, level 3 floating fortresses and hammers. So what I got is Leviathans with titanium 4. Now, I was building missile Leviathans for the purposes of taking level 8 salvages. Well, this comes in handy for Base Invaders. These ships, I modify them a little bit. I try to have 3 missiles and 2 anti-mortars, because 10 anti-mortars is enough for level 8. For a level 28 outpost, 10 anti-mortars is not enough when 3 and sometimes 4 ships gang up on you. It overwhelms the hailstorms. So this fleet has 13 anti-mortar Bs, and it has 12 missiles. My primary fleet has 12 D-53s. This is not my primary, this is my secondary. It only has 5 D-53s, the rest are Cutlass 2s. This is to show that you can do this with regular missiles. So if you have Cutlass 3s, you can do this. The specials are Booster 2 and Laser 3. Laser 3 is important. It gives you over 100% accuracy, retargeting. Basically, you never miss, and that's more important than warheads. Trust me, big difference. Here we go, we're going to attack. I already have another 28 where I already beat the fleet and the central platform. We will jump right to that, and I'll show you how to use an autopilot flood fleet to take out the turrets for 50 cents a pop. Okay, I come in due west and immediately turn around. Okay, so I come in from due west. Don't come in from south, because if you come in from below this point, this turret will open fire on you. Now what I'm doing is I'm going down a little more. You want all the ships turning left, and then you want them all right here. I want all the ships to stack right there. I'm going to angle this up a little bit since we need to see the top of the screen. It won't let me angle it up. That's good enough. As you can see, my anti-mortars can handle the one ship fine. What I do is I leave the ships here to do as much damage to that first ship as I can. But then once the second ship comes in with range, I move to the edge of the screen. I assume by now you know how to use the arrow keys and the mouse to move all your ships in unison. Now the mortars are coming in waves, so I could probably get away with hanging around here for a minute. The next thing, as you can see my mouse up here, see it up there? I'm going to move my ships right up the edge of the screen. They even go off the edge of the screen for a minute. But the point is to have the ships moving away from me so they line up behind me. If I move toward them, the ships will come in line like this. What I want is the ships trailing behind, so I don't have to deal with so many of them at once. I don't want these two catching up for as long as possible. So I already killed the first battle cruiser, and by moving up the screen, I'm only taking mortar fire from these two ships, the Dreadnought and the other battle cruiser. And that's the whole point. Any mortars, a lot of the mortars miss, they fall behind, and the anti-mortars take care of any of the ones that come in. Even this fleet, I can, 75% of the time, I can do this with no damage. And whatever little damage I do get now, I'm approaching the top of the screen. Next thing I will do is I will move across the screen here. Now I need to pick this up so you can see it. I'm moving to this point here. Come on. Behave. There we go. I've still taken no damage. Now this part takes a little longer if you don't have the D-53s because you can't apply as much DPS. Normally I would have 4 ships dead by now, or just about dead by now. The idea is to end up back here at the platform. Now move across the screen here. Remember, the idea is to get those ships behind me so that I can arc around this way and come back here and attack the plat, and I'll explain that in a second. This is all titanium 4, booster 2, laser 3. Nothing else, nothing special. D-53s. I do have 5 D-53s on here, which is really nice. You want the D-53s. My other fleet has all D-53s. A max armor levy, max tit for armor levy can only hold 2 D-53s if you mix it with laser booster and anti-mortar. 3 D-53s would require you to lower your armor. Now, it's very important that you not turn too tight. If the ship completely disappears inside your fire arc, it is getting very, very close to its missile fire range, and you don't want that because those missiles hurt. But by turning in like this, I get to knock off that ship first, which takes one ship out of the firing circle. So now I only have 2 ships firing on me. Now I can move down a little more. That's something you notice. So let me get these ships moving. There is a channel here. See this channel here? How it looks like water goes through this platform? Well, see how it lines up with this grid mark line here? See that grid mark line? If you come down this grid line, these platforms won't fire on you. If you have booster 2 and either cutlasses or D-53s. See, 4 ships are dead. I can ignore that ship now and just head in toward this. It'll be dead before I get there. See, now I'm off the mark a little bit, so I'm going to tell them to get on the mark. I want them right in the middle of that channel. And there you go. Using just a missile ship with booster 2, it is required. Can't do it with booster 1. You can take out all 5 ships from a level 28 outpost and, very important, the central platform. 2 reasons you want the central platform. Well, you want points, of course, but we're assuming you're taking the whole level 28. You want the points, but you need to get rid of this so that you can autopilot it for the second round. With that there, your fleet will split on the second round. We don't want that. This takes a very long time because it's missiles and the platforms are extremely resistant to missile fire. But that's okay. We don't really care about that. You're stuck in here until the battle's over anyway, so the time really don't matter. Okay. Now, let's jump to the other fleet. Now you can actually leave. Click map, go leave. You go do something else. Nothing else can hurt you. Now, the second fleet is all Thud 4s with Hardened Barrel 2, Engine 2. You could probably do less, but you'll take more damage. I don't know if you can autopilot it if you have less. Also, my lead ship is DU4. The other 4 are Titanium 4. I did not have sufficient time to upgrade another one before the raid. Now, this fleet has already taken care of the fleets and the central platform. I now tell this fleet to attack. Sadly, I only have one of these, so I have to send it all the way back home to repair each time this happens. But, hey, I get 145,000 points each time. I'm going to join it just to show you. The reason, by the way, you need to come in from the top right corner. That's important. That is to force your ships to autopilot here to here to here. If you come in from another angle, for example, if you come in, or you can also come in from the southeast corner as well. That's fine. But if you come in from here, your ships might split. If you come in from here, your ships might split after taking out the first turret. If you choose your angle carefully, you can actually end up with more ships surviving to the third plat, take it out faster, and you get less damage, so less repair. But either which way, you're looking at about 50 cents worth of repairs to instant fix. Wish I could speed it up for you, but I guess you get the idea. I don't really have to let it finish, but you get the idea. Your missile fleet takes out the 5 ships and the central platform. See, if the central platform were here, these 2 ships here would be going toward the central platform. Then you'd only have 3 ships coming toward this platform, which means it would take longer to kill this platform and it would do more damage to your ships. You might not have sufficient DPS to make it to the other one, meaning you'd have to take control of the ships and tell them, no, go here. And then as they drove this way, they would fire at the platform. But by taking out the center platform with the missile ship, 2 things happen. 1, you can't retreat from the combat, so you might as well use the missile ship to take out the center platform. At least you're using that time usefully now, and if someone else comes in there, you'll still end up with more points because you did more damage. But doing this, you take a level 28, you get 145 to 150,000 points. Anything 25 or less, not worth it. 25 gives you 19,000 points. It's like, yeah, why would I even bother? 31, forget it. 31 only gives you another 30,000 points. So instead of getting 150,000 points, you get 170,000 points. 145 to 175,000 points. That's not worth it. I tried taking a 31. I destroyed all 5 dreadnoughts with 3 levies, but the reason I used 3 levies was because 2 of my levies were destroyed almost immediately in attempting to turn around and get away from the goddamn turrets. So you get basically the same amount of energy. You know, the extra 30,000 comes from the extra turret, because there's 4 instead of 3. But you take massive damage for no extra gain. So stick with 28s. If you do 28s, unless you're in one of those sectors with people with disgusting fleets, you know, if you're in a sector where the winning number's around 10 to 15 million, you can do this for 50 cents a pop. And there you go. That's it. Send this one back home, pay your 50 cents to repair it, try again. And now I'm going to take some more 28s. See you later.